Hey Sketchmaster family, and welcome to another episode of Sketchmaster. In today's video, we're going to continue our Super Mario series, so make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that little bell for notifications so you never miss a video. In today's video, we're going to go ahead and continue our Super Mario series, and I've got a lot of requests for this guy for some reason, but we're going to be drawing Bowser. Now, I don't have a finished product yet, so we're going to do this one as a Sketchmaster family. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is I always like to begin with our steps. First thing I'm going to do is I notice that Bowser's body is kind of a circular, actually more like an oval shape, if you will. Just like that. Okay. His arms are going to sit right about here. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of square out where I want his arms to be. Just like that. Okay. His feet are kind of to the side, so I'm going to kind of veer off here where I want his feet to be. I'm just going to stop right about there. These are just kind of rough estimates for now. His knee is going to be right about there. And then his other foot, it's going to sit right about there. Okay, so we know that one knee's going this way and the other knee's going to be going this way. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that knee. Just like that. Okay. So right now it doesn't look like much, but we've got what I can see is I've got a body here. This is where his stomach will be. And I'm actually going to start to cut away at the details on the inside before I even focus on drawing the head yet. Okay, so this arm's actually going to come down a little ways and square up here. So I'm going to erase that line because I want it to come down a little further. And again, if you haven't checked these out, make sure you check these out. These are some pretty cool pins. Faction erasable pins. Very cool. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting into my details here. So this is about where I want his knee to be. This is where I want his body to kind of stop. This is going to be a like an arm cuffling that he's wearing on the top. So I just kind of square that off too. Alright. And again, right now it doesn't look like much, but it will in a second. Okay, so there is our stomach here. We're going to kind of bring this up. And then let's go back into the arm. So this arm is going to kind of come down. Just like that. Alright. This is going to be one of his cufflinks on the wrist side of things. And this is actually his arm. Okay, and then right here's where that cufflink will stop. So we don't really see his hand here. We just see where the cufflink stops and his face begins. Alright, and I know that I want his nose to come over this way. I'm sorry, not nose, more like his mouth, snout type of thing, since he is a dragon. At least I assume he's a dragon. I don't know that for a fact. Okay, so this is where that part of his face is going to be in. This is where his nose is going to be. Just like that. I'll bring this back over. This will be the top of his mouth. Just like that. Okay, so that's right about that. Here's where his face continues. And again, this is the outward part of his mouth. This is going to be the inner part of his mouth right here. Just like that. Now I know that there's no smile lines for this guy, so we're going to take those away. Just like that. And then I'm going to bring this part of the mouth over. This comes all the way up, just like that. Okay, now for the teeth. So the teeth are obviously kind of jagged, like with King Boo. Since these are villains, we know that they've got sharp teeth. So they're just going to be little triangles like that. And then this one's going to sit right about here, just like that. And then his mouth is going to continue in the back here. Right there. These teeth are going to come down, also triangles in the back, and this is where his tongue ends, right back here. Alright, so you can start to see it's kind of taking a little bit of shape now. Here's his nose, right about there. And now to focus on the head, the top of the head here. So we know his eyes are going to come down. He's obviously pretty angry. And he's going to have some pretty thick eyebrows. Right now I'm just going to kind of sketch where I want those to be. Which I want right there. And his eye is at a diagonal type right here, and then his eyeball kind of protrudes out a little bit, and then this part kind of goes in. So there we go. Now it looks like he's angry, so his eyebrow is going to go up just like that, then down and over, and we should have like two triangle shapes right there. Okay, then his, is it the iris or the pupil, I think it's going to go right here, and you can color that in if you like. You don't have to. In this particular drawing that I'm looking at, he's got one of these little guys. It's basically it looks like a cross, but it's not connected all the way through, so it kind of looks like this. And that just shows that he's basically got like a blood vessel popping out, so he's pretty mad. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to move into the horns here. And we've got like a little lip before his horn begins. And then his horn comes up, just like that, and curves at the top. A little bit of a curved point right here. Okay. From there, I'm going to actually start to make this pop out a little bit more, where it looks a little bit more angry. Bring this eyebrow over, just like that. Okay. Same thing over here. This eye is going to protrude a little bit further out, right about there. Actually, this is the out part of the head. I should have got a bigger picture, guys. Alright. And right about there. So you don't want this to connect, because this is the outward part of the face. His nose is going to come out a little bit more there, or his snout, rather. It's going to look like that. Okay. This eyeball is going to be down in this direction. Now for the forehead, or the top of his head. It's going to go into this direction here. It's not going to go all the way to the top like I made that there. It's going to cut off right before it hits the eyebrow on that side. This is where our hair for Bowser will go. Okay, so then the lip for this horn is going to come over on this side. And once again, you curve upward just like that. Not a full point. Bring it down. It's going to curve back around to where it looks like that. Okay. And then the hair, it's going to go like this. One curve, a C going up, and then it's going to curve back down. Actually, kind of more of a little point there. It's going to look like fire. So if you've ever drawn fire, that's kind of what we're going for. Fiery type hair. Curve back there. Little triangle before we get to horn. And it's going to curve back down and over. So like that. Okay. Then we're going to continue this hair backwards. So you can follow it through the horn if you want to make sure you don't miss where it ends. It's going to stop right about here, come down, go over, down. It's going to make kind of like that type of pattern. Yeah. Okay. And then from here, we're going to draw his shell. So we want to make sure that we make the shell connect. So it's going to be a curves type right there. And bring it down and around, about like that. Alright. So now we can kind of start to see our Bowser take shape. Alright, so we're going to start putting these circles on these cufflinks here. Like that. And that is actually the back part of his hand. Just right there. Okay. Alright, and then on this side we've got the other cuffling, which comes right about there and stops. Comes up to the mouth and connects. And again, there's just a little lip here. And these circles. Just like that. here for the top part of this cuffling and up. And the circles, or the studs, if you will, on that cuffling. I'm going to bring the shell back down, curve it around right about there. Okay. Alright, now let's move on further down on the body. So now we're going to draw his feet. So here's his toes, just like that. Bring that foot over, and right about here, you want to make sure that these don't go like a straight line, straight across. So you don't want them to go like that. Okay, that's not what we're going for. We want to have the curve on each claw at the top. So this claw will come down, this claw is going to come out, just like that, and this claw is going to kind of sit in the back, just like that. Okay, we're going to erase this. We don't want any. Anything else to mess up this drawing here. Okay, so just like that. Here's his belly. He's got some lines on his belly, so we're going to go ahead and draw those. Make sure you do not make these going straight. They need to have a curve. So the top is going to have a curve down, and the secondary lines down here are going to have a curve up, which gives him the illusion of maybe belly wrinkles. Not sure what they're going for on that. Okay. He does have some scales, so you can make the little C's on his elbows here. U's on this side, which gives it the illusion that these are longer scales, maybe closer than the other ones. Some U shape and W's down here. So you could use C's going this way, or backwards U's, and some U shapes down here. Maybe a couple of W's, like that. A U and a U, and there you go, you got some scales. Okay. Alright, so now let's move on to this other foot, which is going to sit right about here. And again, with the claws, we want to make sure that they do not go in a straight line. And this one actually comes in a little bit more than the other one does. So there, this one's going to come out. This one's just going to sit behind that claw there. So just like that. Alright. So there's our knee on this side. And then over here, we have the back part of the shell. So there. And there's going to be a lip here for one of the spikes. Bring your shell back around. Continue the curve pattern. Another lip here. Don't connect. Bring it down again underneath that lip. Then we have another lip here. And again, these are not going to be essentially the same shapes either. Okay, so these lips are kind of moon or crescent shapes. And then we move to the bottom of the shell down here. And where we made the lips, we can now make our spikes. So these are just triangles. Kind of looks like candy corn. Just like that. They don't have to be perfect triangles. In fact, if you kind of vary the sizes on these guys, you'll notice that it kind of gives the illusion that there are some that are further away or closer than the others. So just like that. Okay. This one can kind of sit behind. This one's going to be sitting right about there. As you can see, it's smaller than the other ones. Okay, and then our last step here is to draw his tail. So his tail is going to stop right about here under this right knee. It's going to, the curve or the tail end of the tail, sorry, the point of the tail is going to stop right about here. And the spike goes there. Continue that shape over, but do not connect through the spike. And then bring it up. And you can bring it up higher if you want. It's completely up to you. In the picture they have it doing that, and I'm actually going to put a little bit of a shadow there because I think that looks cool. This is a basic drawing of Bowser. So if I wanted to make it look like it's coming up more, I could do that. But there you go. There's the basic drawing of Bowser. And if you want, we could always go back and outline with our fine point Sharpie to kind of make the drawing pop off of our page. Just like that. And remember, if you have an eraser pen or I always suggest drawing with pencil so that if you make a mistake you can go back and erase, or you can erase your guidelines. Just like that. And you don't have to hit all the details if you don't want to, which I'm not going to for this video. I'm actually just going to hit the outlines on the outside, which actually kind of makes it, kind of gives it like a little bit of a 3D shape, kind of like he's popping off the page. So I'm just hitting some major details on the outside, just like that. And there you go. There's your basic drawing of Bowser. So make sure you follow along, and make sure if you need to, you pause the video and make any necessary adjustments that you need. Like I said, make sure you draw with pencil. That is preferred for sure. Or get you some of these really cool erasable pens. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that little bell for notifications so you never miss a video. Until next time, have a great day and God bless.